So I'm re-listening to Thus Spoke Zarathustra. I listen to first time bits here or there. Started listening like 3 weeks, maybe a month or so ago. Anyways, re-listening to it. I'll put the link for the audiobook in the description for anyone, for those few that might be interested. The very few. The extreme individuals. Anyways, 20 minutes in is the tightrope. About 20 minutes in, tightrope walker just fell and is dying. And Nietzsche said, and this is a theory on what happened to Nietzsche too. Nietzsche said that your body will die your soul will die before your body does. So, the story of Nietzsche is, he went mad the last 10 years of his life. Supposedly, story goes, it hasn't been included, but he saw a horse being beaten. He threw his arms around it and said, "I understand you." And that was like the snapping point. And then it just like wasn't him anymore in that body. Just totally lost it. So maybe that's what happened. Because a personal experience of mine, my dad, at least the last 5 years of his life or whatever, before he's even diagnosed with cancer, he had lost his mind. Not exactly like Nietzsche, but like sort of similar, and it didn't feel like it was him in there. Like it was like a weird, very, very weird thing for me, because it's like I could go visit my dad in the flesh, but it wasn't my dad. Not just like he was old or whatever. Like he had this like spark about him, and he's the fucking coolest motherfucker I've ever met. I met some cool ass motherfuckers, and I think the people that knew him, if you asked them that and they thought about it for like a minute, they would agree with me. He's funny, fucking motherfucker, and unique too. So, like, my dad, and like Nietzsche, and like Zarathustra is saying about 20 minutes into the tightrope walker that is dying, he's saying that your soul will die before your body. I don't know, interesting. Briefly on my, I don't, maybe help me kind of piece it together, actually speaking it, expressing it outward. Sometimes it's rare, but I call it like real talk, that someone, it's always like on a vague kind of mysterious way of expression, but it's like sometimes people like a spirit or something like that comes over them, or like a program, or just they tune in and it's like not them, right? And they'll say stuff that is directly in line with everything I've been thinking, that day, that week, whatever. Like deep, like metaphysical, and like the things I've been feeling, and like get like little hints, clues. So whether I'm right, wrong, whatever, I mean, who's the one to judge such things? Me, right? Whether I'm right or wrong on this, I'm considering myself, I will be the first Ubermensch. I mean, I have become obsessed with this shit. Because remember, moderation is just another word for failure. Get obsessed about something. That's how you become fucking good at this shit. And so I'm obsessed with this Übermensch concept. And the way the world has become, it's just time anyways. You know, they say in the art of war, always give your enemy a route of retreat. Because if you box in your enemy, like say you surround him, right? They have 1,000 men, and you put them to their backs to a cove of a mountain. So they have 1,000 men, you have 10,000 men. Your 10,000 men are now finding 10,000 men, even though there's only 1,000 of them, because there's no retreat. They'll fight that much harder, like that. You know, like Fight Club. It's only after you lost everything before you do anything. So, yeah, I'm obsessed with this whole Übermensch concept and becoming it. Recreating everything. So anyways, one of the times, and there's maybe been like 10 that I'm aware of, someone was doing real talk to me. Like, it was this chick I was seeing, and I won't get into all the other crazy shit she was saying. That was like, I learned a lot from that conversation. When that spirit, whatever, was tapped, like talking to me through her. But one of the things she started laughing. She goes, "You don't know how powerful you are. You don't even have a clue." Like she kept on bringing that up. She's like, "It's funny to us how you're totally unaware of it." And I can't think of the exact words right now, but she said something like, "You and your father were the first ones. Your father was the first one." And having him been my father, raising me or whatever, knowing how different he was a unique individual. Kind of an interesting contrast, like, say my mother, like the exact opposite in so many ways. So it's unique, helped lead to a lot of friction, battle, and experience and perspective and blah 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 for my life. It's one of the things it did. So I don't even know if my dad was aware of the concept of the Übermensch or Nietzsche. So not being aware of it, he was, before he met my mother, like really into like meditation and silence. It's something I need to do more. Just sit in silence and just focus on the breath. Wielding my breath, I control my life. Wielding my breath, I control everything. And everything is power. Everything is energy. This energy, this power, I will to it. The will to power. Right? So that started, one of the things I started creating is new fuel, ambition towards this obsession of mine. And for the honoring my father and myself, going after it, because he had the potential. Not everybody has the potential to do this endeavor, right? Or even consider this endeavor, like what it might mean, because they're the last men. But to honor my father in him having the courage to be who he was and live the life the way he chose. Like, he chose a lot of things that were very, very different, which made him, people had problems with, people have problems with if you're different, if you're a unique individual. Yeah, he's probably, of everybody I ever met, he's probably the most individuated, unique person I've ever met. So anyways, yes, he is I feel him next to me all the time. He is here with me often, coaching me from the other realms. And combined, say if he was the first potential revenge, combined, we're going after it. Or he's helping me go after it. But yeah, anyways, kind of got off topic. Anyone who cares about these kind of things, that part Zarathustra, where the tight rope walker is dying, says your soul will die before your body does. If anyone is interested in such things, I'd like to hear what you have to say about that, what you feel, any experiences. And like Zarathustra was saying, man is like a rope fastened over an abyss, stretched from the animal to the Übermensch. Danger is crossing, the danger is underway, the danger is looking back, the danger is standing still. Man is not an end, but a means towards the next step. And I think maybe I already said this in one of my videos recently, but they say we only use something like 10% of our brain, right? And we only use, I think it's something like 3% of our DNA. I thought it was like 10, but then I heard recently of something like 2.5 or some shit. And you know the fake science that they taught us, they say it's junk DNA. Say, real science is testing shit out for yourself. And what you find to be true, say like right now, might not be true in 5 years because everything is based and subject to a continuum. So everything is energy, it's moving. So with my own experiences though, having woke up to, having experienced supernatural abilities, often by accident, I know there's more potential like in me and in this body. This is badass body. So perhaps we're always, these bodies, the future, oh shit, Dr. Chris Harris Hyatt said something like that. The future is already hardwired into our DNA. So the next step, the next mutation, the potential is already in your blood, or my blood. All right, enough rambling.